What up, what up, what up, y'all? Let me get this thing going real quick. Get this thing set up. See if we can check out some charts. See what's going on in the stock market world. This joint almost there. Let me see. Boom, boom. There we go. What's up, everybody? I'm hoping y'all see the computer screen. Just in case you don't know, I'm the options boss. We're gonna go through some charts today. I'm gonna chart some stocks out for y'all or for whoever's here. Just to give y'all an idea of what we're looking at, what charts is going to do what. Um, I'll go through my entire watch list. If you have a stock that you're interested in me charting, all you have to do is drop a comment with the name of that stock, and I will chart that stock out for you and give you an idea of what I think that stock is going to do. As always, I'll start out with the four major indices. So I'm starting out with SPY, and we'll go from there. Got SPY pulled up, and we look at what we did today on SPY. So obviously we had the big pullback here the last couple of days. Then today we had a nice bull candle, bull day for the first time in a good while, or at least a nice bull day. We had that little doji last week. But this candle right here opened at 371.90, got as high as 376.53, got as low as 371.81, and it closed at 375.05. So it closed towards the top today, but not at the very top. It was a pullback towards the end of the day. So right here, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at SPY to continue to be bullish right here. So we're hoping, at least in the short term, that we hit a bottom right here. You got this bottom area. I think it got down to about 360, a little bit lower. You got that bottom area. And then, of course, you got the comeback right here with the gap up. So above 376.53, SPY should be bullish. I wouldn't get involved too much unless we broke that number because you don't want to get caught inside the channel. However, if you catch SPY above 376.53, it is a bullish sign. The next area where you really will have any true resistance, you don't even really got much resistance around this 380 area. So you really could probably take this up. What's the top of this candle? The top of this candle was 382. That could be an area. And if you're not really concerned about that 382, because I'm not sure that I am, you got 384 right here. And then that would be the real telltale. You break through this 384, and then you got the gap to fill to 390 at the very least. Actually, I shouldn't even say 390. You got a gap to fill. You could probably take that to 395 if you could break through 384. So that's going to be very important for us right there to see if we can get through that area. If we can't, then you definitely want to look to the bear side. So the lower today's candle was 371.81. If we broke lower than that low, you could definitely see us retest this downside in this market right now with inflation and rates being risen and all those type of things going on. Fast talking about a potential recession. With all that stuff going on, uh, you definitely could get some downside movement. And if you're looking for downside movement below 371.81, you could definitely get bearish right here. However, I'm thinking we'll be bullish tomorrow. We'll see, but we definitely need it above 376.53. That's going to be the next target area. Um, After SPY, we'll definitely take that look at QQQ. Pull up them real quick. And QQQ, you'll see is very similar to SPY. How you got your gap down, and you got your to kind of pull you back up a little bit. So QQQ was a bit stronger because this Friday candle started out. It did not go lower than the Thursday candle, whereas the on SPY, the Friday candle did go lower than the Thursday candle. So QQQ is a little stronger right now, which is it's a good sign for options traders because QQQ, when they start moving, definitely have an opportunity to make some money with those stocks. So for that reason, you always like it as an options trader when QQQ is strong. But nevertheless, if we look at today's candle, open at 278.80, got as high as 283.45, got as low as 278.64, and it closed at 208. So it closed towards the top today, but not at the very top at all. Definitely had more of a pullback here on tech than we did on SPY. Now, that being the case, still very plain and simple. You want to see this over 283.45. And if you see that, then your next target would be this 287 area that you got here a couple of days back. Just like SPY, if you could break through that 287 area, there's no major resistance down here. If you could somehow break through this 287 area, you got a gap fill. Even say a gap fill because it's not as much as SPY, but you could definitely take it up to this 294 area, and then from there you could think about 300. So that would be what we will be looking at next if QQQ was to be strong. However, if it is weak, because like I said, it did pull back at the end of the day. If it is weak, then you will look at the low of the candle, and the low is 278.64. Below that, you will get bearish again, and you will look to see if you can retest these lows down here around this 271 area. Could be a thing if QQQ, if the market got weak at the end of the day, if that continues into tomorrow, then you definitely could see puts right here on QQQ because it's been relatively strong even down to today. It performed nicely today, so that's definitely QQQ. We're gonna jump into DIA. If you got any stocks that you want me to chart, all you gotta do is drop a comment. I'm gonna say that several times throughout this live, just in case I get new people checking out live for the first time or somebody that just got here that wasn't here at the beginning. Drop your comment with any stock you want me to chart. I'll be happy to chart your stock for you. Kind of let you know what I think about, the direction it could be going in and what you could be looking for. So definitely drop those comments and I'll get to them as soon as I possibly see them. That being the case, jumping into Dia, very similar again. You got, if I zoom in a little bit, so this one is very similar to SPY right here. You got your red candle and then you got your doji, which goes a little bit lower than the Thursday candle on Friday. So that's very similar to SPY. So D and SPY is kind of trading similar in that fashion. We did get the gap up today on DIA, same as we, and with the gap up, we opened at 303.08. We got as high as 306.47. We got as low as 302.62. And we closed today at 305.29. So we closed towards the very top. Excuse me. What we looking for right here? This thing run up into that 310 area. 310 is going to be interesting. So if we can bust through 310 here, if we can bust through this area, you could probably, you don't have any real resistance up until close to this 320 area. So you could say that's a nice little move that you could potentially have on Dia if you can comfortably get through 310. If you can't get through 310, then that'll be a possible area where you look to see if you break down lower than 302. You break down lower than 302.50 and you can see if you can retest that 296 area right there, that 297, 296 area. Not a real big move, so I might not necessarily be excited about that. But I do want to know if Dia breaks through that 310 area. So I'm gonna set an alert for that and just keep that in my mind. And guys, if you're new here, just to break down like I do every video, um, I set these alerts on FinViz. I chart stocks on FinViz. And essentially what happens is when I set these alerts, guys, these alerts are prices that I'm potentially looking at uh, buying calls or puts, depending on whatever it is, on a particular stock once it hits this price. Now, that said, it's not a guarantee that I'm going to buy this that stock or any stock when it hit a price. Sometimes my alert will go off and I won't jump into play. I'll look at it and I'll pass it up for whatever reason. And other times my alert will go off and I will jump into the play. So I say that to say to you guys that I'm not, what is my invalid ticket? Oh, Meta. Gotta change that to Meta now, guys. But so I say that to say to you that when I give you guys these alerts, feel free. I definitely just changed that to Meta. What is going on? How about this? I'll remove the whole thing. Boom. Uh, feel free to write down these alerts and use them as a reference point to trade throughout the week. However, don't take them as gospel. My gosh, another meta. Don't take them as gospel because they're not something that I'm saying, hey, I'm 1,000% going to get into this ticker if it hit this number. It's more so like a reminder. So when it hits that number, what'll happen is FinViz will send me an email, hey, this stock is over your price. And then what that does is it gives me the chance to go back and look at that stock to see if I want to jump in, if I want to grab call or put, whatever the alert was, if I want to grab a call or put on that particular stock at that time. So that's why I set the alerts. I see a couple of y'all ask me about stocks, so I am going to get into those stocks. I see I got a couple of y'all that asked about the stocks, and I only got one of y'all to hit the like button. Come on, y'all. Don't do me like that. Y'all know I need that like button. Hit that like button for me if you think that the video was worth your time and it's helpful to you going forward. I am going to drop IWM because I already did the first three of the big four. So I'm going to hit IWM real quick, and then I'm going to get into the stocks that you guys asked me about and kind of see what those stocks look like for us going forward. So pulling up IWM be the last of the big four in IWM. And this one, DIA was very similar to SPY. IWM, this is very similar to QQQ. So that's interesting how they kind of broke off like that in their own way. Now, that being the case, you got your Friday candle did not go lower than your Thursday candle like it did on SPY and DIA. And then you got your doji candle right here. So IWM was not very strong today. This candle, let's see what it did. This candle opened at 167.98, got as high as 170.08, got as low as 166.81, and it closed at 168.14. So it didn't move much. I can't even really say it closed at the top. It closed pretty much in the middle today. Very, very weak day. One of the reasons they could be trading like that, just looking at this chart, is I talk to you guys about psych numbers all the time. In 170, a lot of times that will be a psych number. Any of them round numbers, 170, 180, 250, any of those type of numbers, a lot of times they're psych numbers. And what I say by psych numbers, what I mean is like as a human, it just looks like a number you're comfortable with. So somebody's likely to look at a stock and say, hey, I'll sell this stock at 170. They're more likely to do that, or I'll buy this stock at 170. They're more likely to do that than they are to say, hey, I'm gonna buy this stock at 171.14. Like that's not a thing you're gonna hear a whole lot of times. So when you see those psych numbers, a lot of times it get tricky for particular stocks. So this one, it looked like we had taken. So right here, this is pretty much out of play as far as being bullish go. You got to see this break through that 170 area, and then you can see what you got going on to the upside. Look like you might have a little resistance around that 175 area, but that's not a bad move. If you're talking about a $5 move on this stock, not a bad move at all. But definitely keep in mind those site numbers, and even a number like 175 or 25, those can be kind of tricky too. So keep your eyes on them. But definitely those round some of my veterans here. So my veterans, y'all probably already know how I feel about the site numbers. Y'all, my veterans probably already know how I feel about those site numbers. But if you're new here, I hope that you understand what I'm saying about the site numbers. Now, that said, I do see I got a couple new people in, and Bud wants to check out Apple, and so does Grace Ann Rogers. Grace Ann, welcome to the channel. It's the first time I seen you. Hope you find the information useful and stick around for a bit. But we definitely gonna check out Apple because I got a couple of y'all asking about it. So pulling up Apple real quick, y'all. Let's see what we got here. And this is Apple's chart today. So Apple, trading very similar. I mean, as you would expect to Nasdaq. You got your red candle right here. You got your green on Friday, and it didn't get lower than the Thursday lows. So that kind of makes me feel good about the fact that Apple has bottomed out at least in the near term, right? So now what you're looking for is you want to see sign of a reversal, and that sign of a reversal was this nice gap up in this candle into today. This candle, if we look at today's candle, opened at, let's see here, 133.44. It got as high as 137.06. It got as low as 133.32, and it closed at 135.87. So it closed towards the top, but off the highs. Now that's a nice move right there. Now with Apple, you do want to watch this 137 area, right? Because I believe the high of this candle right here is 137.34. So you do want to watch this 137 area. If Apple can get through this 137 area, then you should have no trouble getting to 140. Now, my options group chat, my paid options group chat, we're already in Apple calls right now, so we're just waiting for the breakthrough. If you are not in Apple calls, I will look to get in above 137.50. Above 137.50, Apple could run up and already are in Apple calls. It doesn't mean you can't add more calls if you see Apple above 137.50. You definitely got a chance to get the 140 right there. And if it breaks through 140, that's when it's going to get really nice, and you could possibly see this thing pushing into the 145 range. So that's all set up from this reversal. And actually, this reversal, this is an interesting reversal right here, because I was just talking to one of my guys in my group about this type of play. So what this is called a 2-2 reversal right here. So a 2, if you don't know, I'm going to explain it because I've seen a couple new names here. If you don't know what a 2 is a candle that has either a lower low, let me get over here, either a lower low or a higher high than the candle before, right? So if you look at this candle has a lower low than the candle before, but not a higher high. So this is a 2. This will be a 2 down. And then the candle right next to it has a higher high, but not a lower low. So this would also be a 2. This would be considered a 2 down, 2 up, or as it's called, a 2-2 reversal. So when you see the 2 down, 2 up, and then you see a gap up, that's usually a bullish move right there. So I see the 2 down, I see the 2 up, I see the gap up, and that gets me interested in Apple. So, like I said, my options group chat, we're already in Apple calls, and I'm actually going to set an alert for this Apple above 137.50. I want to jump in maybe some more if it's above 137.50, because when I see that 2-2 reversal and a gap up, I get excited about that. And my homie I was talking to is my homie Big Tone, and I see Tone is here right now, so I'm glad he's here to see that on another stock. You see that 2-2 reversal, and you remember what a 2 is, right? If you see that 2-2 reversal and you see a gap up, that's usually a good sign. Now we jumped into it's not turning out as well as Apple may. However, I'm not panicking because I know what the chart tell me. Obviously, the chart isn't going to be right 100% of the time, but it's right enough of the time that I feel comfortable waiting for that 2-2 reversal with the gap up to play out. So Apple, I'm gonna set calls right here. I'm gonna set an alert for 137.50. Above 137.50, and you can find yourself in more Apple calls if you're in my options group chat, or even if you're not in my options group chat, if you're just watching this video and you're taking notes, above 137.50 could be a good area for you to jump into Apple calls on. So keep your eyes on that. I appreciate the like button. I see a couple more dropped in. Let me see here. I see James asked about PXD, so let's check out PXD real quick. And Chris, what up, bro? I see you came in. I see you slide in. I'm hitting every button but the right button. Chris and Esther, I see y'all. So what's up? Meant to speak. Make sure I say what's up to y'all. I'm definitely gonna answer your question, Chris. Just stick with me for a bit. Um, Checking out PXD, guys, like the homie James asked. So right here, you see the big pullback. We pretty much got to our top, and we've been dumping. Lost the 20-day, lost the 50-day, lost the 100-day, and didn't quite make it down to the 200-day EMA. You get this big red candle on Friday, and then you get Chris, because you asked me, inside bar. So we talked about what a 2 candle is. Chris, this is a 1. And what a 1 mean is you don't have a higher high than the candle before, and you don't have a lower low than the candle before. So some people will call it a 1. Some people will call it an inside bar, but it's the same thing. And basically, the only thing it's saying is that it's inside the previous candle. So right here, the high of this candle is up here. The high of this candle is down here. The low of this candle is down here. and the low of this candle is up here. So it's inside the previous candle. That is a 1 bar. So now, because I see that this 1 bar right here, I know that it wasn't really much of a money making opportunity. So what you will be looking for is you really want to see it break up above or below this previous candle. That's where the money is made at. So above 241.68, which was the high of that candle, you could definitely look at calls. And 240.68, I'm not going to say that. So I would say 241. Above 241, you could jump in and see if you can make some money. And if you got in around 241, that would have meant that this reclaimed that 100-day EMA, which will be a bullish sign as well. So above 241, you could definitely jump in and see if you can make some money right here. However, if you were looking to get into puts, you can't really consider puts until you lose this 220 area. And I wouldn't be super excited about getting in puts at this 220 area because I see the 200-day EMA right here. I mean, it's at 215, so that is a little $5 move. That is a nice move. You could possibly get in at 220, take profit at 215, no problem. For me, I just necessarily wouldn't be excited about it. But that 241 does look like it could be a move. That'll be a move that I would set an alert for and see. Now, this stock right here today, it opened at 232.65. It got as high as 238. It got as low as 229.72. And it closed at 237.55. So, like I told you guys already, it was an inside candle. Nothing about that candle excite me. However, above 241, maybe you get excited about the reversal. And then what that would be essentially, if this candle, tomorrow hits 241 at some point in time, now you will be looking at what you would call a 212. So you will have your two candle right here, your two down. You will have your one right there. And then assuming this candle, starts in this type of area and goes up, you will have your 212. So that would be two down, one, and then two up. And that's another reversal tactic to look for. So I'll have my eyes on that, and I'll even set an alert for that to see if it's something I want to jump in on. 212 is a nice reversal that you can make money on. So alert that, and let's see how it goes. Like I said, I'm not much interested in the put right there, but if you are looking for put, for me, I needed to be less than 220, and you could definitely get interested in it. Um, that being said, what I'm going to do, and I should have did this earlier, I'm going to drop the link to my Discord. Guys, listen, the Discord, there's a free part and there's a paid part. So if you're interested, just go to the Discord, check it out, mingle, talk stocks, whatever the case may be. And if you're interested in any of my paid parts, you can always hit me up at any point in time or ask questions in the comments. A lot of the people you see that's in the comments here are going to be members of my paid memberships. And, they're here, I guess, because they rock with me a little bit, right? So I appreciate them for that. But you could definitely ask questions here, or you can hit me up personally. My Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, all that is on my YouTube page. And a lot of y'all know me from social media anyway. But this, if I can type, that's the link to my Discord. And like I said, that'll take you to the free part. And then from the free part, you can send me a message or whatever you want to do if you want to get over to one of my paid sections. That being said, that's PXD. Let's check out AMD and let's check out Tesla because Ravina wants to check those out and V. Ravina love trading some V. But I like that though. I like when like if you tell me the stock, I can tell you which one of my people traded. Like I know the homie Butler, I know he like trading Melly. James, I know he like trading PXD. And I think it's another one. I think it's EOG James like trading. So I know that just because they my squad. I mean, we talk to these people all the time. Um, Grace Ann said, "Thanks for charting Apple. She's a new trader and like watching me when I can. Help over some Apple puts. Better get out in the morning. Thank you for charting." Hey Grace, I'm glad you like watching the channel, and I'm glad you think it's informative. I definitely hope to see you around more often. And listen, Apple did pull back, so it could get bearish. I don't think that it will with the way that it's set up, but I've been wrong before. I'm definitely not batting 1,000, as anybody here would tell you. So I hope you make money on those puts, but I hope it go up because I believe we got calls and I want some more. So hopefully we both win on it. How about that? That's what I'll say. Ravina, let's dive in your AMD real quick. Let's see what that is. Let's see how AMD looking. AMD. Ooh, I can already tell you right now what we got. Doji. And you know when you see Doji, I don't want nothing to do with it. So a Doji candle, I'm gonna make sure I say this because I know Grace is a new trader. So Grace, when you see a candle like this, right? And anybody else that's here that's new, you got a whole lot of wick at the top and wick at the bottom, and then you got that small candle in the middle. You see this candle? I'm gonna move my mouse out the way so you can see it. That candle right there. And then there's another one right here. This one is a better version of it. This is your more this is your of it right here. I'm gonna move my mouse out the way. But you got that wick at the top and a wick at the bottom, and then that small line in the middle. That's called a doji candle. So when you see a doji candle like that, that normally tells you that the stock itself, that the bulls don't know if they want to be bulls or the bears don't know if they want to be bears. So when that happens, it's good to kind of stay out the way and let the stock play itself out. Let it make a move. Don't try to necessarily predict bullish here or hey, it's going to go bearish here. Let it make the move for you, and then once it make the move, you capitalize off whatever the move may be. So that being said, if you look at AMD, I'll zoom out a bit. Numbers. This candle right here today opened at 84.21. It got as high as 85.81. It got as low as 82.60, and it closed at 83.79. So it closed dead in the middle, but a little bit red from where it opened up today. Now, that being the case, AMD kind of got itself in that no man's land. You can't really get interested in AMD right here unless it really break through, because we got to what? We got the 80, excuse me, we got to 85, 81 today, and we didn't do anything. So now we know we need the high of this candle to really get comfortable. 86.73. So above 87, you can get in AMD and possibly see this thing run up into that 90 area. That is not a big move for me. I would not necessarily be excited with that move. So for me, I would be on the sidelines with the way it's positioned right now. However, because it's a doji, if the Bears decide they want to kick in and we drop down below 82, you could see this run to 80, which is not a big move either. So I'm not really excited about AMD up or down. However, if you want to trade it, what I would say, what I would be looking at, I would even widen it out a bit. I would say below 80, I like puts. Above 90, I like calls. I wouldn't even mess with that 87 range. It's too close to a psych number. And as you see, if I zoom in, you'll see there's a lot of support and resistance going on around this 90 area right here, like just straight across this area. So that being the case, I wouldn't even be excited until it broke through 90 from 87 at least. So below 80, you could jump into puts. Above 90, you could jump into calls. That's how I would be looking at AMD. I know Ravina asked about Tesla. Shout out to Tesla. Y'all know I like trading Tesla when I can. Tesla made us some good money today in tier 3, and Tesla made us some good money today in my options group chat. So I'm definitely feeling Elon Musk right now, even though they did have a weak close. So that is what that is. Um, let's see here. Give me 1 second because I want to make sure I didn't miss any stocks. I got Tesla, V, and I got INTU. So I'm gonna get to those. I do see y'all questions, and I'm gonna get to y'all questions in a minute. Don't think I'm ignoring y'all. I'm just trying to go through everything chronologically, but I'm definitely gonna get with y'all. Um, yeah. So let's jump over to Tesla and see what Tesla talking about. Looking at Tesla, guys. Let's zoom in a little bit. So right here, you got this little pullback, and you got the inside day on Friday. And it's kind of what I was just telling y'all about what stock was that, where I was saying the 212. I think it was PXD. I was saying the 212 setup could present itself on PXD if we could bust above 241, right? Well, right here, this would be your 212. You got your two down, you got your one, and then you got your two right there. So, we saw this 212. We jumped in and we was able to make a couple pennies off of Tesla. So Tesla opened up at 673.38. Uh Honestly speaking, opening up at 673, I probably could have got in immediately, but I waited. I didn't get in until I saw it over 700. It went as high as 730.73 today. It got as low as 673 and it closed at 711.11 today. So I think I called it first in my tier three. When I called it in my tier three, it was just over 700. I called it. We made some money there. Full disclosure, we probably could have stayed in that thing longer and made more money, but I was trying to be conservative because you know how crazy this market has been lately. So I wanted to lock in some profit. Um, we took profit, and my options group chat was in the play. My options group chat was in the play twice actually. One play was still in, and the other play we got in. We made like 400, 450, 500. I forget the number, and then we took profit off of it. So I was glad for that. But nevertheless, I say that to say that this candle right here did take back this orange line right here, and that orange line is the 20-day EMA. So Tesla did take back the 20-day EMA, which is a good sign. Now the last few times we was flirting with the 20-day EMA, we couldn't maintain it. So you could almost say if you want to be aggressive here, if you see Tesla drop below this 200-day EMA, looks like it's at 706. Let me see if I can get it right. 706.90 looks like where my 200-day is at, right? So if you want to be aggressive, you could say if you see Tesla at any point below 706.90 to jump into puts and ride it down. And if you were to do that, you can ride it down and your target will be the bottom of this candle, the 675 area. So that will be one way of playing this. If you want to be aggressive on puts. I might even alert that because it don't look like a bad move. And the reason why I say that, you look at this 200-day, right? You can go all the way back to, this 20-day. You can go all the way back to April, where you see, all right, so we flirting with the 20-day. This is the 20-day EMA right here. We're flirting with it this whole time, right? But we're not showing no strength. Even on this candle, which goes way above, right? What do? We give it all back, get inside the next day, and then we lose the 20-day with the big gap down, right? And then we bounce off the 200-day and try to retest the 20-day again. And what do? We give it all back again, and we give it all back. And then we come up here, we flirt with it. We can't break through. We pull back, flirt with it again, can't break through, pull back. So now we flirting with it again, right? So because I see that pattern, and that's why this is chart patterns, because I see that pattern, if I want to be aggressive, I could say, all right, below 706.90, I jump into Tesla puts. However, I am in Tesla calls right now, or at least one call. So what would happen is I would also be looking to cut a call at that point. I'll be looking to take a loss on that call and get out that play. But below 706.90 could be an area, something I don't do very often. You guys know I like to trade the top of the candle and the bottom of the candle. But in a situation like this, when I notice this pattern on this chart, it could be a scenario where I jump in before the bottom of that candle and see if that put is going to make me some money right there. And if it don't, if Tesla bounce and go back to 711 or whatever, I will cut it, take my loss. But the last few times that Tesla has done this, it'll play around with the area and then it'll give it up. So just something to keep your eyes on. Now, that being the case, if you're interested in calls right here, calls will be very tough from this area, this 711 area. I couldn't justify a call unless it broke through 730. If it broke through 730, I can definitely get bullish on this again. Right now, like I said, I'm in a call, but I'm in just one singular call. I already took profit on all my Tesla stuff today, other than this one particular play. Above 731, I like calls here. Below 70, it was 706.90, so we're gonna call that 706.50. Below 706.50, and I like puts, and I'm gonna alert that both ways because it definitely could be a money maker. 706.50. And again, guys, just because I gotta remind y'all, feel free to take notes of my alerts as I'm giving them out. However, don't take them as gospel. It does not mean I'm guaranteed to get into the play at this number. It just means that I want it on my radar. I want to be aware of what's going on. So that's why I set these alerts. See, I'm one guy, right? And I control my options group chat. I control my tier 3 membership. And now I even got the options boss sweet picks that I got to put out once a week. And then I even do personal plays on my own. So that's a lot of stocks, right? So there's no way this one guy can watch all these stocks. So a big help for me is I'll set all these alerts of stocks that I'm interested in possibly trading. And when I set these alerts, If it goes off, I'll get a reminder. So if I'm telling you now, I'll trade Tesla below 706.50 and I forget because I'm a human being and humans forget things, then I don't even gotta remember because I'm gonna get an email and it's gonna say, yo, Tesla's at 705 now. Do you want to get in? And then I can look and I can say, yeah, you know what? I do want to get in. And that's how I do it. Because one guy, it is super hard to watch a million stocks like that. So that's why I do it that particular way. Um Now we're gonna check out V. We're gonna pull them up real quick and see how that's going. Didn't mean to click that off. There we go. So V, diving into this one. So we had the lower low, but the green candle right here. Then we had the gap up, but a red candle here. So we gapped up, but this gap up was weak. And the reason why I say it was weak is because it finished lower than it opened. So V opened at 195.71, got as high as 196.73, got as low as 193.73, and it closed at 194.39. So it closed towards the bottom. Now, I pretty much got a running rule. I don't like to trade calls on Visa unless it's over 200. Above 200, you can get bullish on Visa. Uh, Anything under 200, I don't like trading Visa calls below 200. Now, that being said, this gap up was weak. So what I would look is I would look at the low of this candle, this 193.73, right? Call that 193.50. And if we open up lower than that at any point, or we get lower than that at any point, maybe puts work here. And if puts work, you could see this thing run down. You don't really got much support here until you get to this 188 area, and that's not really a strong area of support at all. Uh, yeah, it's not really a strong area of support. Maybe you got some more support around this 186, this 187 area. Maybe you call it that, but you definitely got room to the downside. Is my point. So because of that, I'm gonna set that alert for a put on Visa below 193.50 and see if that thing come to me or not. If it wants to run up and it goes above 200, maybe you look at calls. I'm not really excited about Visa calls right here, right now, but but above 200, maybe you double check it. But for me, the key thing is I definitely would like that put because you see the gap up, so there's room down. You see the gap up, and then you see it was a weak trading day, so the gap up didn't even have no real strength behind it. So because of that, yeah, I definitely like that setup. The homie James asked about Intuit. We're going to pull them up real quick and see how that did. Apple. Oh, I had a couple people ask about Apple. We're going to check out Roblox after that. Roblox and Google will be the next couple after that. Um, Definitely appreciate y'all that hitting the like button. I see them likes is jumping. So I definitely appreciate y'all for that. Looking at Intuit, guys. If you're looking at Intuit right here, let's zoom in a little bit. So right here, I can already tell you, James, you've been with me long enough. You already know what I'm gonna say. This thing been trading inside the channel, guys. So I'm gonna show you what I mean by inside the channel, right? Let me see if I can get a line up here. Get my horizontal line. You're gonna go boom. And can I do it again? I think I'm gonna need. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do it a second time. I thought so. I hate that they make me do this twice, but it is what it is. Boom. So this is the second one. So when I say inside the channel, what I mean is for the better part of 2 months now, right? You've been trading in between 353 and 384. I mean, it's not a bad range, but it's just so limited. And this is not a stock that has a lot of volume. I mean, it don't got like, the smallest amount. Like you say 2 million, 2 million, 1 million, 1 million. Like it's just, I mean, you can find something better to trade is my point here. And even when it gapped up above, right? What did it do? It traded inside the channel above there. So it's like it's not a lot of movement. Then if you look at this early May, late April area, inside the channel there. So it's a lot of channel trading, no matter what channel it is, and it stopped. So for that reason, I really wouldn't pay into it too much mind right here, right now. So I'm not even going to dive too hard into that chart. That's I believe somebody asked me about Roblox. So we're going to pull that up. I keep going to the wrong channel. Boom. Let me make sure. Yeah, Roblox was next, and then Google. So I'm just trying to move down. And if y'all got stocks, definitely drop them stocks. I will get to it. I'm a little bit behind, but I will get to it. Definitely drop them stocks. I love to see y'all interested in what we talking about and interested in the live itself. It makes it more fun for me. So and hopefully more informative for the people that's watching it. The more people ask about different stocks, the more different stocks I get to talk about, the more everybody that's watching the channel will benefit from it, including me myself. So it's definitely good to see it. Drop those stocks if y'all have them. If not, I'll go through my watch list. Now that being the case, this candle right here on Roblox opened at 27.40, got as high. Whoa, that was not supposed to happen. Got as high as 29.98, got as low as 27.40, and closed at 29.64. Real quick, y'all, that was a moment right there where you were just thankful that you did not have no crazy stuff up on the computer, because that would have been all over YouTube for everybody to see. And yeah, that just would have been a bad look right there. But nevertheless, closed at 29.64. Now, like I was talking about into its volume, right? And I was saying 1 million, 2 million. If you look at the Roblox volume today, it was 27 million. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather trade Roblox than Intuit based off of volume alone, even though obviously the price is a whole lot different. But that being the case, Roblox has some trouble with that 30 area, right? So that 30 area is going to be key, and you can't really jump in unless it break that area. Above 30, you could jump in and you can see if you can run that thing into like 30, almost 34, 33.50, you can call it, which that's a nice move if you can. So that's actually something I would be interested in if I could catch Roblox above 30. Now, that being the case, and it also took back the 20-day EMA. It also took back the 20-day EMA while trading above the 29.50 area like it did. However, if it lost 27.40, maybe you want to jump in puts and you want to see if you retest these lows. But it seemed like we've kind of bottomed for now on Roblox, so I'm not much interested in puts. But I do like this above 30, so I'm gonna set an alert right there. And if you like Roblox, above 30 is definitely an opportunity for you to make some money on it, because there's room up on Roblox from there. I believe the homie Tone asked about Google, so we're gonna check Google out real quick and see how they looking. Let's see here what we got. Google. So looking at Google, another one. Looks like we've bottomed kind of around this 2100 area, and you had the two I don't even want to call them doji candles, but they're very similar candles right here, back to back, one red, one green, right? And then what you do from there, you gapped up. So this gap up was nice, and it took the 20-day EMA out, but I don't think it finished above the 20-day. So that would be something that you would need to really get bullish. But on Google, opens at 21.77, got as high as 22.49, got as low as 21.72, and it closed at 22.30. So it closed towards the top, but not at the very top. If you want to get bullish here, you need this above 22.50. Above 22.50, you could definitely see this. You might got a little resistance around this 22.64 area. If you get through that, the 2300 would be your next destination, which that's obviously a nice move, but you had to break through that 22.63 area that we saw, 64. But above 22.50, calls could definitely work here. If this thing was the reverse, you could jump into puts below 21.72 and see if you can retest that 2100 area. That could be something to be interested in. If the market was to pull back, I might even set an alert for that. I don't trade Google a lot. It's one of the it's crazy because I pride myself on trading the blue chip stocks, right? And Google was about as blue chip as you're going to get. However, for whatever reason, I just never really been a big fan of trading this particular stock. I'll set the alert for the put. Not much excited about the call. I'll set the alert for the put and see if I see something that gives me an opportunity to jump in. But Google could be a move. Chris asked about Costco, and also Chris, you asked about the 1 and the 3. So I told you what the 2 meant. I told you what the 1 meant. Now I'm going to see if I can show you the 3. Now I'll tell you what it means as well. And if anybody here don't know what the 1 and the 2 is, if you missed it, all you got to do is drop a comment, and I will explain what the 1 and the 2 is. But assuming that y'all was all here and heard that, then that's what then you already know what the 1 and the 2 is. The 3 candle is essentially the exact opposite of the 1. Let's go to Costco, and I'm going to explain what that 3 is. So a 1 candle, right? It does not have a lower low than the previous candle, and it does not have a higher high than the previous candle. A 3 candle will have a lower low, and it's going to have a higher high. So that's called, just like the 1 is called an inside bar, the 3 candle is going to be called an outside bar, or some people call it an engulfing candle. So if you look, I'll see a perfect one right here. If you look right here, guys, right? You see this green candle right here where my mouse is, and then you see this big red guy right next to it, right? So that right there is an engulfing candle, or a 3 candle. It has a higher high, and then it has a lower low. So when you see the higher high and you see the lower low, that's a 3. In this case, it's a 3 down because you started up and then you went down. So if you see this on a chart, right? If I see this 2 and then I see this 3 down, and I get bearish on that because I know a 3 down is a bear sign. So then guess what I do? I jump in the put the next day, and my gosh, I eat. I eat from 590 all the way down. There's no reason to get out. I mean, maybe you get out right here, but you're talking about a $30 move, 590 to 560. I ate because I saw this 3 down. I saw this engulfing candle, this bearish engulfing candle, and I knew what that meant. So that's why I like to tell you guys to be familiar with a 1, to be familiar with a 2, to be familiar with a 3, because when you get familiar with them, it'll kind of give you an idea of certain setups and certain patterns that could come about. So Chris, that's what a 3 is. And to answer your question, because I saw you say it, you said so that's a 2-1-2 bear strat. Chris, you are 1,000% correct. That is a 2-1-2 bear strat for the other post, the other stock chart, should I say, that I was talking about earlier. That would have been a 2-1-2 bear strat. You're correct. That right there, what I just showed you guys, that would have been a 1-3 reversal. And when you see the 1-3, you jump in it, you make money. Good job. High five. Everybody's eating and going to Sizzler that day, right? But now we come over here to where we are currently on Costco. Funny enough, I was very close to trading Costco today, and I didn't. And we'll see if I was. I'm looking at this big bull candle, so I already know it was a bad move to not get in. But I was looking at trading Costco, and I didn't get in. And that's just what I mean by me being one guy. Sometimes it's tough to get in everything. It's just tough because it's one guy. But nevertheless, today we had a strong day, so you're not gonna look the gift horse in the mouth too much. But looking at this big bull candle right here, you opened at 450. You got as high as 464.82. Yeah, that's a nice move too. You got as low as 449.14, and then you closed at 463.11. So you closed towards the top. Very strong day right there. From this level right here, what I would be looking for is I'd like to see this break above 465 for me to jump in. This thing break above 465, and you got a chance of seeing this thing come and flirt with this 480 area. If it don't get above 465, I'm gonna stay out the way because I feel like I already missed the move. I knew the move was coming, and the way it started out trading earlier today, I thought, all right, maybe today's not the day. And then I come back and look at the end of the day, and I don't know if y'all heard me smack my hands together, but I smacked my hands together because I'm like, I definitely missed some pennies right there. So it is what it is. But yeah, you definitely catch this above 465 and see if you can flirt with 480. I feel like I already missed this first move, so I'm not going to chase it right here. If this thing was the reverse and lose steam, you could definitely jump into puts. But to me, let's see here. Where would I enter at? If I was looking to enter off a put, I wouldn't. If I'm 100% honest, I don't like this setup anywhere. I don't see it. an entry anywhere that really gets me excited for Costco puts. Now, this is not to say that there's a sniper somewhere that's sitting around, looking at the 1 minute chart and see exactly where they want to get in and jump in and scalp some Costco puts and make some money. And kudos to that sniper, whomever they are. But for me, just looking at the daily right here, right now, talking to you guys, I don't really see an entry that I would be excited about. So I'm not going to mess with Costco puts, but I absolutely will alert myself for that Costco call and not kick myself too many times about missing that Costco move today. Because it was definitely one of the stocks I had on my list. And I keep saying that to you guys because, yes, I am salty that I missed that Costco move. My goodness, that thing would have been nice. Uh, so that's that. Grace, yeah, we did that. Baggage at the door. Welcome in, Queen. Nice to see you here today. I hope you made some pennies with me today. Uh, James want to check out True, so we're gonna check out True. And Grace said her puts is long. Well, if your puts are long, you're probably fine because the way this market is, we're probably going to get another pullback at some point. So if your puts are long, you're fine. I day trade a lot. My group chat day trade a lot. My tier 3, we day trade a lot. So I try to be in and out as often as I possibly can. I try not to hold much overnight. Today worked out where we're not holding a lot, but the little bit we are holding, I definitely want to see some green with it. And I'm glad you got the candle info, and I'm glad you want to check out the Discord. Discord is new to me as well, but it's very cool, and I like it, and I think you'll like it, and you get to, talk with other traders and see what people are thinking about and things like that. And like I said, that's just the free part. There's paid parts as well where you get more inside information from me than I actually put on YouTube and things of that nature. But it's definitely the free part itself is worth it because you get to come in and mingle with other traders. I find myself personally, I feel better when I'm trading with other traders. It's good to just talk about, what you guys are doing, what's working, what's not working. I find that to be healthy. So that works for me. I hope it worked for you. James want to check out True. Let's pull that up real quick and see how they look. So I can tell you right now, right here, right now, it's inside. This right here, I wouldn't touch it unless it broke $3. If it break 3, I would jump in. I'm not gonna hold you. If it break 3, I would jump in. But from here, I wouldn't jump in. It does look like it's bottomed, however, so I wouldn't be interested in puts. But above $3, I can see calls right here. But again, this is another one of them Jones where if you look at the volume, like you barely getting a million here. So because of that, like these type of stocks, I don't really like to trade them much. So I'm not going to dive into it too much. It's not really a lot of volume there, and it's not a whole lot of movement there. But above $3, you could take a shot. I wouldn't touch it until it broke through $3. That's just my opinion of True. Baggage at the door. Want to check out Revlon. Baggage. Listen, I was looking at puts on that thing so bad today. I wanted to jump in puts. The only reason why I didn't is because the premiums are premiums you would pay for blue chip stock puts or calls. So that's what steered me away. But nevertheless, we'll see how it plays out. But I'm gonna pull up Revlon and I'll pull out WMT and see how they look for us right now. Let's see what we got. First of all, can we here we go. Revlon. So this candle right here open. So you see this big move. It's been from less than $2. One of the guys in my group, Jeremy put me onto it today. This thing ran from under $2. It decided to mention it's bankrupt, and everybody bought it. Make that make sense. If I tell somebody I don't got no money, they don't want me. But you a stock and you say you don't got no money, and everybody wants you. Go figure. This stock right here opened at 383, got as high as 695, got as low as 373, and closed at 606. So it closed towards the top, but not at the very top. Right here, if you want to jump in on this, you need it above $7. Above $7, you can see if you can run this thing into $8. That's where you got a little bit of your next resistance area is. I'm not interested in calls on this at all. What I'm interested in is I'm interested in puts. I would like to see this thing lose $6. If it lost $6, I would definitely be interested in a put here. Now, again, I just told y'all I'm the only reason why I didn't trade this today because I would have got puts today. I didn't like how much the premiums cost. For me, if I'm gonna pay, if I'm gonna pay, $2 for a premium, it's gonna be on a blue chip stock. That's what I do. I trade blue chip stocks. If I'm gonna trade a smaller stock, the premium's got to be less than a dollar. And this one, the premium was $2. But what I will say, if anybody's thinking about trading this, you got a better chance, I think, of making some money if you catch this below $6. I definitely think puts could work here. If you're not, if you look at that calls, or if this thing turns out to be bullish again, wait till it's above seven. Above seven, you can try to ride it up to 8. That's what I would do on Revline. Checking out Walmart today. So Walmart, nice bull candle right here today. Walmart has pretty much been kind of sort of in the same area. So it's been between 123 and what's that? 118? 123 and 118. Below 118, you want puts right here. I don't even want calls above 123 because then I'm gonna run into 125 and I'm worried about how that's going to act about at 125. So for me, uh, to get really excited about Walmart, I need this above 125. Above 125, and I'd be excited. And I see, and plus you would gain that 20-day EMA if you have 125. So above 125, I get excited and see if we can take out 130 or see if we can challenge 130. But that's to the extent of it. It's really been trading sideways, and when they do that, it's really hard to make. It's hard to make big moves, which is what I prefer to do if I can. Above 123 if you're aggressive, above 125 if you're conservative, below 118 for puts. That would be the numbers that I would be looking at on Walmart. Let's see here. Let's scroll a bit. Diego asked about what I think about Zom. I like Zom. It's hard not to because it's oil stock, and you see what oil is doing right now. Zom is a stock that definitely can make you some money. We'll see what the charts say about it right here, right now. And I should say, because Grace did say she's a long-term trader, so or long-term with her puts. So I will say that a lot of times when I chart this stuff, guys, just so you know, because I day trade and because mostly everything I do is focused on day trading, I'm charting it from a day trading perspective. So this is not to say if I think a stock is bullish, you know, next week or the next week, that don't mean I think it's bullish for the next 3 months. And the same thing, if I think it's bearish next week, that don't mean I think it's bearish for the next 3 months. That just mean that's what I think right here, right now. Because that's how I trade. I trade in the right here and now. Try to hold as little as possible. Now, that being the case, Zom bounced off that 100-day EMA. You see the blue line right here. So we fell down, we hit that blue line, and then we bounced. So there you go. There's your 2-2 reversal. And now you like to see how we open up tomorrow. If we open up tomorrow with a gap up, I shouldn't even say it's a 2-2 reversal. It's a 2-2. We'll call it a reversal if we open up tomorrow strong. But you see your 2-2 right there. Zom opens at 89.36, got as high as 92.53, got as low as 88.52, and it closed at 91.48. So it closed towards the top today. Strong move. If you want to get interested in Zom, for me, what's the high of this candle right here? The high of this candle was 93.13. For me, I like to catch Zom above this 93.13 area. You catch them above that 93.13 area, and maybe you can run this up, see if you can get that 20-day back and retest 100. That would be my hopeful move. Now, Zom, it's not a fast mover like other stocks. So if you were to jump in looking for that move to 100, I wouldn't advise you to get a short expiration on that option. I would advise you to get a few weeks on it and be patient. If you go down, maybe you want to average down and load up for the win. It's going to go back. We know that. It's just a matter of when. And the reason why I say it's going to go back is because gas is so high. So that's what I would be looking at. I wouldn't be much interested in puts right here because it looked like we bounced perfectly off of this 100-day EMA. So that's been good support right here. And it's been good support The last time it bounced, which was early in January of 2022 or late December 2022. Last time it bounced off that 100 day. So I wouldn't even really want to play around with it much as far as puts go. But above 93, call it 93.50, maybe you want calls. And you know what? I like trading Zom. Maybe I want to set an alert for Zom myself and to see if that's something I want to get into whenever that do bust through that area. And again, on repeat, not to say that I will get into it at that area, but it's a possibility. And I just said that alert all wrong. That thing said that alert be waiting forever for Zom to get there. 93.50. My goodness. So that's what Zom. That's what we looking at on Zom, guys. Definitely gonna check them out. Uh, let's see here. Bud Law asked about Melly, and he asked about Meta. So we gonna check out Melly, and we gonna check out Meta. And I told y'all earlier, I said the homie Butler, he always asked about Melly. My people, James, Ravina, Butler, Pam. I know Pam always asked about Tesla. I didn't see Pam today, but I know Pam always asked about Tesla. Like my people that rock with me, I pretty much know what stocks they're gonna ask me to chart. And when I get the new people, that's when it's always a learning lesson. But I already know what my people gonna ask me to chart because they ask me all the time. They my people. That's why I rock with them. So that's that. Melly, week candle today. Week candle Friday. I wouldn't be interested here at all if I'm honest with you. For me, Melly, you could wake me up. What's that? If I'm honest, you could probably wake me up at the 20-day EMA, which look like that's around 724. Below the 20-day, I don't really want to trade it right here, right now. It's just been trading so weak, and it's not been a lot of volume involved in this thing. Um, I would stay out the way on Melly. I wouldn't be looking at calls or puts right here, right now. That's my personal opinion on Melly, right where we at now. Pulling up Meta. Meta's a funny one because I actually felt like Meta was going to have a strong day today, and it obviously did not. Now here you go again, guys. So look, this candle right here, this is today's candle, right? Higher high than the candle before, lower low than the candle before. Bearish engulfing candle. So when you see that 3 bar, now you're pessimistic, right? Now I'm gonna give y'all a disclosure right here. So I set up this new tier, right? Called the Options Boss Sweet Picks. Now, in the Options Boss Sweet Picks, I give you potential areas for call and put on stocks that I like, that I might make a move on, and I give you 7 of them every week. So it's a great thing, and you should definitely be looking to sign up for the Options Boss Sweet Picks. And actually, I got a cool thing that I'm going to do. Let me tell you guys real quick. I'm gonna put it in my Discord later, but I'm actually going to do a deal. If you in a tier 3 and you sign up for the Options Boss Sweet Picks, I'm actually going to give you them both for less than a market value. So the tier 3 is $26, and Options Boss Sweet Picks is I believe $40. So that's $66 combined. And if you sign up for both of them, I'm going to give you those for $55 a month as opposed to $66 a month if you do both. And that's going to happen as soon as I get off this live. I'm going to set it up in my Discord. I'll make an announcement and post it all over social media. So I hope y'all take advantage. But I say all that to say that Meta was one of the stocks that I mentioned. I gave an alert for a possible call, and I gave an alert for a possible put. And that possible put number did trigger today. And if you got in, you would have made your money back just off that one trade. You'd have paid, mind you, you sign up for the month. You'd have made your money back and then some off just the one trade. If you seen a Meta put trigger off the Options Boss Sweet Picks and you jumped in the Meta put pick, the Meta trigger put from the Sweet Picks and took profit today, you would have already made your money back. So that's why I want y'all in the Options Boss Sweet Picks. I think it's going to be some real banger type moves in there, and this would have been one of them. Now, I said that because I got way off topic. My apologies to the homie Butler because I know you want me to break down his chart, but I had to put that out there for the people to know. Um, this candle right here opened at 166.11. It got as high as 167.76. It got as low as 155.97, and it closed at 157.05. So it closed towards the bottom, but not at the very bottom. Now, right here, what I'm looking at is very simple. I'm looking at this thing to open up below 155.50. Below 155.50, and I want puts right here. It's really hard to have any reason to think about calls unless this thing was to break 168. And you could probably say, let me see that. Yeah, 168. If it breaks above 168, maybe you want to think about calls right there, and go from that area. But from where we are, below 155 and you get 155.50, and you definitely have a shot of making some money on puts. Now, I'm going to set this alert both ways just so I can be prepared. But this is something that, again, I alerted this early this morning in the Options Boss Sweet Picks. You signed up for the Sweet Picks and you saw this alert and you jumped in on this play. You made the money that you paid for the group for this month, and then you made extra money just off the one play. And there's still six other plays that, we got going on that could go either way. So you definitely would have made your bread right there. Um, I definitely hope to see some of y'all jump up in that Options Boss Sweet Picks. And it's 7:20, and I definitely got to get ready for church. So I'm gonna try to let y'all go so I can get a grub and then get ready for service. Got PM service tonight. But guys, definitely appreciate y'all taking some time with me this afternoon. You can always be a boss with the Options Boss. You already know, guys. I'm a holler when I holler. See you in the Discord.